Uno. Iowa Speedway 100 here for the iSCAR Bronze Series, rounding out race number 4 out of 10. Working on halfway, coming in for tonight. If you're just joining us here for tonight, we're going green here in just about, I guess 10 minutes from now, but fortunately for us, we don't have as big of a field as we usually see week to week, and here we are sitting with at least, I'd say, 22, 21 drivers on the racetrack, so we should get some green flag racing compared to what we had here last time we were at Iowa. The truck series went absolutely horrible. Apologies about how that race went, but hopefully we're here for a better and clean one here for tonight. Obviously, Iowa Speedway, we're going to be running, this race was supposed to be scheduled in the nighttime, but the new tire model does not up now. Nighttime conditions to be suitable for the new tire model, in my opinion, so we decided to put the track under the sun. We'll see on how tires will heat up throughout the race. Hopefully, we'll talk about more of it, how many times we'll change racing in and around here for this race. I'm gonna pull up standings and track statistics here on the left-hand side of your screen. There's 7/8 mile length, 7/8 mile Iowa Speedway. Track length is around 900 above sea level. Track temp 112 degrees on the racetrack, so it's fairly hot right now. The track is slick. There is a bit of rubber that we laid down on the racetrack. Laps total is really growing and it's infinite because we're in the very practice conditions. Iowa Speedway, obviously located in Iowa, near Newton, Iowa, USA. Track temp currently 75 degrees, humidity at 1%, wind a nice 5 miles per hour southwest. The gradients down. Partly cloudy skies on the racetrack, so we'll see if a bit of cloud cover is going to affect the drivers around the racetrack. Race analysis is going to be shown on the right-hand side of your screen. 100 laps going to be ran here for tonight. 87 miles in total, so we should see a fuel window around every 50 to 55 laps. Pit road speed is 40. And yeah, currently the clock is being displayed at the moment. That is incorrect because I do need to fix my ATV on a couple of stuff like that, but we work around the racetrack. We'll see some drivers on how they fly around the racetrack. Currently watching the number 55 Paul Granata out on the racetrack, and the 12 Theron Regis out on the racetrack as well, just logging laps. Currently fastest in practice is actually Eric Heater, the number 11. Worked himself to the front straightaway. Cody Webster, your current points leader in the Bronze Series, got wrecked out last week, so luckily for him, he does have a good margin over second place after that big wreck last week. He currently sits, as I said, first in points over Jonathan Hernandez, who did win it last week, and he is not here tonight. We're going to slot ourselves to the side as we're going to play the national anthem. Rise out, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. Qualifying is underway here at the Iowa Speedway as we work for the Iowa 100 here for the iSCAR Bronze Series. Round number 4 out of 10. Not a big field, luckily, for tonight, so we should see some green flag racing left and right, and hopefully one of these drivers will come out up top. Last time we raced here, I think it was, I don't know who returned to victory lane, but it was one driver. By the looks of it, the name went by Keaton Jones, the 77, who actually went to victory lane here in the Truck Series the last time we came here, and here he is. That number 77, Keaton Jones, is on top of the board as of right now over Eric Keeter in that number 11. Looking strong as of right now, as we're seeing some drivers log in laps as around goes Mitch Hobbs, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure that lap is most likely going to be dead. Some drivers still on the racetrack. Joe Burgee logs himself into the top 10 area at number 83. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. also on the racetrack as he works himself off of turn number 4 and onto the front stretch in the 1. Carson Poindexter also went on the racetrack as well. It was really hectic on how this race went last season. Because, oh boy, Mitch nails the wall again as to the top. Got two other drivers I mentioned about. Eli Schomer to second place and Aaron Mulrooney to first place. So Mulrooney takes his number 2 Toyota to the point. Liam Sheen doing burnouts. Mitch Hobbs just gonna call it. And Malachi Drake making himself on the racetrack as well. We'll see where he logs himself in as they work themselves on the back straightaway. Mulrooney's out of the car, so getting on board. Malachi Drake, nope, looks like he's just gonna bail it onto pit road and screw that lap, unless he wants to make himself out on the racetrack again. But Hobbs is on the apron. Sheen is on the apron as well. And Patterson, who's logged in 14th, is also on the apron. So I have a minute of practice remaining. It takes 24 seconds to log a lap around here at Iowa. So any of these, I think 9 drivers who have yet to log in a qualifying lap, they need to do so within this last minute. The people who did not qualify: Theron Regis, Liam Sheen, Mitch Hobbs, Jackson Menchu, Glenn Bundren, Paul Granata, TJ Crampton, and Malachi Drake. We're going to go by a different standard of rules rather than our classic 22 incident limit. We're going to be seeing being hosted by Corey Rexford and Hunter Johnson. They're going to be moderating the race here for tonight, so you won't see chat being popped up most of the day as we work ourselves on this 100 lapper for tonight. Congratulations to that number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney for picking up his first iSCAR pole this season. We're going to clear out the leaderboard and go over the grid here in just a moment. And up front, at number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney, will take it to the green flag for lap number 1. Mulrooney rounds out row number 1 alongside Eli Schomer in the number 4. Keaton Jones, Eric Keeter round out row number 2. Keaton won the truck race last time, which only logged 100 laps rather than 125. Christopher Weil and Dominic Howe, row number 3. William Schmidt, Bart Brannigan. Brannigan, the only driver within this top 10 who's yet to win a race, as well as Poindexter and Eric Stamp. Stamp is a rookie here for tonight. Seth Hood making his first start in that number 69. We'll see how he does here for tonight. Joe Burgee alongside of him. Keloa Hankins, Josh Patterson, good round out row number 7. Row number 8, going to be Cody Webster, Malachi Drake. Liam Sheen, Jackson Menchu, good round out row number 9. And row number 10, going to be TJ Crampton and Paul Granata. TJ does not start the race. Oh, no, that's not the final row. The final row is going to be Mitch Hobbs and Glenn Bundren. And Theron Regis as well, all the way to the rear. TJ by the looks of it, does not log himself out of the racetrack. So, yeah, it looks like TJ is not going to be in this one for tonight. But now just joining us here, about to log in a 100 laps for this fun race. For the iSCAR Bronze Series race, number 4 out of 10. Gonna go green here in just moments. Gonna go over everything in front of your screen. Obviously here at Iowa track. Ambient temperature running 75 degrees, humidity at 1%. Going 30 miles per hour south now. Track info. We're working on the oval side of the racetrack as you see some drivers doing their classic warm up their tires as much as they can before we take the green. I think they have 2 laps, or either 2 laps or 1 lap to warm up their tires. We'll see if the pace car comes in this time by or next time by, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 laps. It's a short track, but they just set ourselves up for this green flag. Looks like it's 2 laps around Iowa. Lap number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney will lead the field to the green flag this time by. Cody Webster within that top 5. Webster is your current points leader in the Bronze Series. There's that number 45. We're going to be watching him as he progresses through the race. Current points leader in that number 45. All the way back in 15th place, lucky not to qualify. So we'll see how he rummages through the field. I set ourselves up for this green flag this time by. Aaron Mulrooney will be leading the field to the charge for this green flag. Pace car going to slide itself onto pit road. Mulrooney, Schomer, Jones, Heater, and Will. It's going to round out the top 5. Pace car slides itself in. 100 laps going to be logged in the book here at Iowa Speedway. Green, green, green. We're up and away here.
Green flag, green flag. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Whoa, and a yellow already, and all the way in the rear of the field. Around goes at least 3 drivers involved in this one. Seth Hood, the one who's making his first start tonight, is involved in this mess, as well as Glenn Bundren. I think he's making his first start tonight. Not a rookie in the field, but that was very hectic. We saw a lot of drivers scramble coming into turns number 1. By the looks of it, it's just somebody just unfortunately got into the 69 as Seth Hood, as they worked into 1, unless, oh, looks like it was Webster in the number 45. That will mean Webster is going to be put on that incident limit. Have an on board of him. Getting going. 7 gears. Unfortunately for Webster. That'll probably set him, as I said, on that 8x incident limit. Luckily for most of those drivers, I only saw like at least 4 drivers who got some kind of contact. Webster obviously being one of them, and your points leader is a slight bit in trouble. Four drivers on pit road: Jackson Menshew, Paul Granata, Mitch Hobbs, and Glenn Bundren. All in and out. This green should be fairly short because we don't have any wave rounds to give. So, working on our first caution on lap number 1, unfortunately. We'll see if we get a 1 to go at the wider. Or we do not. Probably a 2 to go, but yeah, another caution. That does bring us to a single foul restart. Because we wrecked on lap 1. And that's just iSCAR ruling. If you wreck on lap 1, single it out. We'll see what the... Oh, looks like Seth Hood and Cody Webster get put on the board, so... Yeah, I just said this caution will have a single file restart, so... Not surprised about that. Let's work ourselves to the start-finish line. We're just about 3 wide entering turn number 1 and 2, and unfortunately, Schomer, who is, I think, your outside pole sitter, lost a lot of positions on that. Still under caution, jeez. Yeah, Schomer started in 2nd, now he's in 4th. So, we're still under caution because Iowa Speedway cautions take freaking years. Predictions are up for the iSCAR, for iSCAR. You can go ahead and chat in your predictions here for tonight. Seth Hood and Cody Webster do get an EOL, unfortunately, so... I think these drivers realize it's single file restart. Yeah, some of these drivers don't realize it's single file because restart caution. But here we go. That means we're gonna IndyCar style it. Just a slight. iSCAR gonna slide itself onto pit road. Top 5, Mulrooney, Heater, Jones, Schomer, and Howe. iSCAR is in. Green.
Green, green, green.
Howe peeks to the inside of Schomer in a 1. Field slowly through as they go over the bumps. Down the back straightaway. The only battle you can see here is just for this 5th position as Dominic Howe is looking to go around that number 4 of Schomer to the inside. 3 wide action. Looks like Wheel's going to back out of it. Bit of action right behind as I think that's Paul Granada to the inside of the 53 of Jackson Mitchell, trying to make up some positions. We're down the backstretch. Everybody's just about fairly even as we see one car inside, I think, Steering Regis. It's on pit road. Right off the corner. Some double wide action roaming around here. This is Schomer, Howe. Got 5 cars within this pack. And here we go. The battle for the lead is heating up. Eric Heater is wanting to return that number 11 to victory lane. Aaron Mulrooney is yet to be in iSCAR victory lane. And they're getting accompanied by the 77 of Keaton Jones, and they're close racing up front as Heater is going to sail it to the inside and trying to make something off of that. Can't. But they're still side by side for the lead. Mulrooney doing a nice job as they go 3 wide into 1. Jones going to peek at 3. That opens up the door for the 77. Might have a bit of contact. Oh, we do. As Heater washed up the racetrack. Look at this 3 wide action right behind as well. Around where that's where Wheel is. Theron Reed just back onto the racetrack. He's currently 2 down. He'll be the lucky dog by the looks of it as he worked right off the corner. Eric Heater in the number 11 has put that number, that's Chevy Impala up front. Look how sideways the 77 Keaton Jones is right off of 4. Looking oh so dicey as of right now. Jones can really stick it to the bottom side of the racetrack and get a nice run. Look at the battle right behind. This is for top 5. It's Eli Schomer, William Schmidt gonna go at it to Kermit Machines. We're running 7th and 8th. This is Carson Poindexter, Christopher Wheeler. Right off the corner, the top 3 haven't let go of each other. The 77 and Keaton Jones is trying to find a way around that number 11. Eric Keeter. Peeking in, peeking out. Here comes Jones to the inside. He's gonna sail it through. Gets a. Oh my gosh, he got really, really tight. And that's gonna allow Heater to pull into second place. I mean, into first. Well, Rooney's trying to put the pressure on the 11 as well. Right up off the corner to the start-finish line. Jones is looking fast, but Mulrooney is also planning to catch. And by the looks of it, you usually see the second lane, that bottom lane working 1 and 2, but that second lane is starting to prevail. I'm very surprised about that. That's probably how the new tire is interpreting all the rubber within the middle of the racetrack. This is allowing some interesting racing. Look at the different lines as they take through the corner. There's a huge jam up right behind. Look at all this action as Mark Brannigan gets into the mix with the Kermit Machines as Brannigan sails it to the low side. The 72 Kiloa Hankins is blinking super hard. They're 4 wide off of 4. Blow-ups. My goodness. That internet is horrible. Look at them. They're just about right against the safer barrier to search for as much grip as they can find. So coming up on a lap car, the 12 of Theron Regis. Has to keep himself as clean as possible. He's going to slide it to the apron and get it out of the leader's way. Good job for Theron. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be 3 down now, but it looks good. Well, this top 4 is looking oh so strong as they've actually gapped away 5th place. So this is Schomer. That number 4. And they're straddling that second lane through 1 and 2. As I said, you don't really find speed around that area. But here they are, they're making it work. And right up off the corner, Jones wants to peek to the high side of Heater. We'll see if that bottom lane works. The 1 and 2. Nobody wants to take the bottom. They're just all filing in around that second lane. That looks to be where all the grip is, as we don't see cars electing to go right up against the wall either. We usually see cars run around there with that 3rd groove as well, but we're also in afternoon conditions. You usually see drivers right up against that safer barrier in 3 and 4, but not right now. These drivers just running their own lanes. Yes. Right now, as you see, Jones get a bit sideways, and here comes the 2 of Mulrooney. That's the lane I was talking about. Jones wants to run right up against the safer barrier, but the car just seems a bit too loose by the looks of it to run right up against that safer barrier. But he does clear Mulrooney by the looks of it, as they're working to 1 and 2. That gives Heater some room to work himself off, and Jones slaps the outside wall. Keeps it into the outside wall. That 77's right side is all sorts of bent up now. Jones was pushing it, and he falls back to 4th place, unfortunately. That right front damage is definitely going to cost him. Theron Regis in the number 12. Looks like disconnection by him. These people are going to have to pit around halfway. Working on their 24th lap, being logged in. Right now, we'll see when these drivers do want to come down on the pit road. But as of right now, the number 11 of Eric Keeter showing the way. How it's supposed to go. Look at the battling right behind here around the. Ninth place is have a bit of contact between Brannigan as it gets really, really tight. They're 1 and 2, sort of pulled a shove and run. Brannigan now sitting 8th. Behind, oh, the 83 of Joe Burgee slaps the outside wall. Webster's going to come up and he's going to look to the inside. Oh, washes up the track. Webster really running tight as well. Most of these drivers are fanned out through the racetrack as you see the 72 of Kilo Hankins still blinking out. Meanwhile, up front, battle for the lead. 2 proximity cars are wanting to crowd down the 11 of Eric Keeter as they work right off of 4. Here comes the 2 of Mulrooney. He wants to reclaim the throne of where he started on. He's going to sail it to the inside. We'll see if Keeter could get a bite in the middle of the corner. Dominic Howe is also following in pursuit, but right up off the corner. Looks like Keeter's going to get a run off. Oh, contact! And Hader goes around! Oh, no. And the caution flag is out. As Eric Keeter got turned from the lead, but by the looks of it, that just seemed to be hard racing. Not something intentional or something like that, but hard racing going wrong. And you see here, Eric Keeter, unfortunately, a victim of circumstances. He was just trying to fall and land and just came down on the 2 of Mulrooney, who was already there. Even though he did have a lot of room to the bottom, Mulrooney elected to go with that second groove. Looks to be just a racing incident. We'll see how Rexford and Johnson call that up in the booth. But oh boy, that is going to be a bit controversial between those 2. Eric Keeter probably not happy. Only fell back to 4th place by the looks of it, but oh boy. So a good green flag stint brings us in for the first round of green flag pit stops. We will we will have at least one more stop. By the looks of it, we'll have to go through as everybody hits pit road for the first time tonight. That number 77 to Keaton Jones does have a lot of front end damage on that machine. We'll see on how Jones looks like Jones gonna elect for damage repair. Not surprised about that, but with that massive amount of right front damage on that machine, you have to come on a pit road sometime, because you could only do so much with a broken race car. Might as well just get it fixed for these next 70 laps. But currently working on our second caution. That was very interesting on how that run turned out. You saw a lot of cars fan out with a new tire model and trying to get as much as they can. Yeah, fairly clean race so far. We'll see if we do get a 1 to go soon. Some cars on the apron. By the look of it, it's Eric Stamp. I don't know if he got a speeding penalty or what, but that 09 laying on the apron. Oh, looks like Stamp's gonna return to his position. So yeah, that was a nice green flag run. Definitely a refresher, especially for the Bronze Series, which is known for all sorts of shenanigans. And by the looks of it, Eric Keeter is going to the rear. As well as Mulrooney. So Mulrooney and Heater get penalized. Oh my goodness. And that just opens up the door, a wide open door for that 30 of Dominic Howe. He was one of the only 4 drivers to really pull away from that 5th place, the Schomer, who's sitting in 3rd, as well as Crystal Wheel in that 041. Keaton Jones has a lot of right side damage. We'll have to see on how that machine handles. And Heater and Mulrooney, 2 of the fastest cars for tonight's race, is going to have to start all the way to the back. That must suck, but you still have a lot of racing left. By the looks of it, it's 69, nice. So I mean, now it's 68 to go. As we're on the 1/3 of the race now. So yeah. There we go. Getting set for the restart. Dominic Howe is now the lone horse, or had 4 accompany him, including himself. He's going to be the one to lead the field to the restart. The lone proximity car will take it to the green.
Green,
We're up and away here at Iowa yet again. Just have to be careful of how they handle around with these old tires. And there you go. We got a caution as Paul Granada spins right off of turn number 2. And that will bring us to a single file formation. Whoa. Really a bit of netcode. I have no clue what happened to this 69, but gosh. Some harsh netcode. I don't know who worked themselves to the bottom, but they blinked out, and that would be the 11 of Eric Heater. I wouldn't be surprised if Heater gets a 1 out of 2 for that one. And Paul, by the looks of it, just got caught up in Seth's misfortune. And as I said, aim for a penalty on Heater. And Eric Heater, who started all the way in the rear because of that race penalty, his internet's going to cost him even more. A murder caution yet again here at Iowa Speedway. If you're now just joining us, we're going to slide yourselves to the side. Iowa 100 for the iSCAR Bronze Series, round number 4 out of 10. Going to come back here to the next green flag. Stay tuned, there's more to come. I really don't know how to end it off and transition to commercial. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll play a couple commercials as we're under caution for the 3rd time tonight. Back here live as we work ourselves into lap 39 out of 100. If you're now just joining us here for tonight, Iowa 100 iSCAR Bronze Series race number 4 out of 10. About to go green here in just momentarily. Currently your leader is Dominic Cow. We had 38 laps complete, 62 now remain on the racetrack. We have 3 lead changes, and we're currently working on our 3rd caution of the race. iSCAR going to slide itself onto pit road as that number 30 of Dominic Cow leads the single file train up right against the wall. And here we go yet again from Iowa Speedway. iSCAR is in. Green, green, green.
Green flag, green flag.
Howe got a nice jump as they work themselves into turns 1 and 2. Again, these drivers have to keep in mind of their cold tires and such, as we see one car get to the outside wall. That'd be Eric Stamp with the 09. But these drivers are on cold tires. They got used to the warm rubber, which had a lot of grip. But here they are back to their standard set. We'll see on how this works around as the 48 of Mark Brannigan washes up the racetrack. He's side by side with the 4 of Eli Schomer. Sort of boxed in right behind is Carson Poindexter, Cody Webster. Nowhere to go for these guys. Brannigan watches up the racetrack as the 1 wants to peek to the low side. Working to 1. Schomer finally clears the 48. On bottom line, not really going anywhere for Brannigan. He's losing multiple spots. He's lost some to Webster, Schomer, and now he's losing some to Stamp. Look how sideways Stamp is right off the corner. Wheeling that thing. Meanwhile up front, Dominic Howe is checking out. Logan Hankins, man, the old 48. Brannigan really pinching that number 1 of Carson Poindexter, but he's up. No, he doesn't. Thought he worked himself to the high side of him. Now gonna go low. Right in the corner, near contact between the 2. These guys are racing really aggressively. Meanwhile, here for this front running spot, Dominic Cow, Christopher Wheel, as Wheel gets a bit sideways off the corner. William Schmidt also into this mix. Cody Webster has finally recovered from his penalty mishap. And he's sitting in 4th place as of right now. Has a lot of time to make up to the 79 of William Schmidt. Side by side, here comes Schmidt. Schmidt's been to victory lane here at Iowa. He won the Xfinity Series last season. We'll see if he can pick one up again. He's been to victory lane multiple times. Side by side action yet again around where Brannigan, Carson Poindexter. It looks like Eric Stamp is also running around this area as well, as Brannigan really pinching down the 1 right up off 4. Both of them get sideways. Now 72, Kaloa Hankins has not anywhere to go. His Stamp, boy, Stamp's gonna wash up the racetrack. That's gonna open up the door for the 48. Oh man, I cannot believe Stamp got the run off of 2. They're racing very hard and really aggressively for this 6th spot. As oh my gosh, Brannigan just about got pinched. He's still aiming for that to go 3 wide, but none of them are going anywhere. Brannigan wants to force the issue through the middle. Gonna make it stick. No, he can't. Brannigan, oh, nearly got into the backside of Poindexter as he was aiming for a run right up off. But Stamp maintains the position as these 2 cats have duked it out most of the race. Brannigan and Poindexter. Poindexter is probably going to have to settle right in behind the 48. Kaloa Hankins now up into this mix as well. Working to 1. Dominic Howe. Looks like everybody's adapted that second groove. Nobody wanted to try all the way against the yellow line, which I'm fairly surprised about. It looks like it's just the suspension. Just can't resist the bumps through the corners to get it fast through. Yellow is still blinking out. Eric Heater has only recovered into 13th place as well as the two of Aaron Mulrooney. Mulrooney trying to work around the 83 of Joe Burgee as he worked into 3 and 4. Right up against the yellow line as Burgee gets the run off right up off the corner. These people going from 10th on back. Look how high Eric Stamp is. All 4 cars are Stamp, Burgee, and Mulrooney, and Heater all had different lines through 1 and 2. As Heater hits the apron, just a slide that's going to wash him out. He got a slight bit loose, and he's going to lose some position to the 90 of Malachi Drake, as well as the 53 of Jackson Mencher trying to make something happen, as well as Burgee looking to the bottom side. Mulrooney can't make the pass happen. Low side, here comes Mulrooney. It's his best shot to get Stamp. Meanwhile up front, we got a battle for the lead. Dominic Howe is under pressure from Christopher Wheel.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag, and that will be a caution, and we will see what happened. And by the looks of it, everybody's straight. By the looks of it, the 38 of Mitch Hobbs. How is that a caution? What? Come on. The 38 of Mitch Hobbs just drove it into the bottom side of, looks like that's Glenn Bundren. And number 98. Looks like Mitch got tight, got into the 98. Counted as a 2X. I mean, counted as a 4X, but it brought the caution out. Pit road's open. You have to pit now because all these drivers still have to make it on field, but I'm pretty sure that will result in Mitch getting a penalty. Paul Granada is actually going to stay on the racetrack. Oh, interesting. Interesting call by that number 55. We'll see how the old tires work up for him as pit road is open this time by. Coming off of pit road first, we're going to find out here as soon as those left sides start dropping. Wheel is gonna... No, that's Poindexter. That's Poindexter who's going to win the race off of pit road. And looks like Poindexter is going to elect for 2 tires. And he's going to drag his teammate into 3rd place. I think by the looks of it. It's Christopher Wheel. Where's Poindexter? Poindexter got speeding? We got some cars sitting on the apron. I think Schomer might have gotten speeding. Yeah, I think Schomer sped on pit road. That'll be a penalty. To Mulrooney. I don't know where the... Looks like Poindexter, too. Speeding penalty on that machine, and he took 2 tires, so you might as well just come on a pit road and slap on 4, because you don't want to be 2 tires in the back. We'll see if Poindexter elects to go on pit road. And Paul Granada, the person who stayed out on the racetrack, now hits pit road this time by, so that'll shuffle the 041 of Christopher Wheel to the front. The last time he was in victory lane was at the Charlotte Roval in the All-Star race, and that's the only time he's been in some sort of iSCAR victory lane. And here he is up front, the 041, making his return after quote-unquote retiring. We'll see if he can get it done over the number 30 of Dominic Howe. It was a nice pit stop. Actually, it was a bad pit stop by Dominic Howe. No, it was no, what am I saying? Faster pit stop by Dominic Howe, but he was on pit road longer than what Christopher Wheel was, so Dominic might have overshot his pit stall. Just a slight. Pace car lights are off. And here we go, we're going to come up to 40 laps to go this time by. Everybody's going to make it on fuel from this point forward, so fuel issues is not going to be a concern from this point forward. Top 5, Wheel, Howe, Schmidt, not Brannigan, but Webster, Brannigan, Hankins, Jones, Mulrooney, Stamp, and Burgee. Heater is yet to return back up to his top 10. We'll see on how he recovers here coming for this green flag. Pace car going to slide stuff on the pit road, the 041. That Kermit Racing Machine, first time up front, lead the field to the charge.
Green.
Whoa, we got one car sideways. That was Eric Keeter all the way in the rear of the field. Luckily saved the car. I cannot believe the 11 kept it straight, but meanwhile up front, it's the first time we've gone double file through. Oh, William gets turned!
Yellow.
Slams into Mulrooney. Mulrooney slides down to the racetrack, slams into Heater. Paul Granada also involved. No, that's the 0-2 of Patterson. Oh, you hate. Oh my gosh. That sucks. William just straight lost it on his own. Nowhere for Mulrooney to really go. Heater gets drilled from Mulrooney. That sucks. Two of the best cars are now eliminated from the race. That'd be Eric Heater and Aaron Mulrooney. Schmidt gets a 1 out of 2, but it doesn't help some other people's case, like Mulrooney, whose day is probably done for after that damage. Keeter's day is done. Oh, man. Just about 2 to go to the green flag, so that took out Heater. We still have some people wiping on a pit road. Patterson, even though he's one of the trio on pit road, he still overshoots his pit stop. Yeah. Alright, 1 to go at the wire. And we are, I think, single file. It's either we're double file, no, I think we're single file. Because we did get a restart wreck. Every time we're double file, it causes everybody to pile up. Back to single file yet again. 9 cars left on the racetrack. Alright, bunching up for this green flag. I'll just give more advantage to that 041 at Christopher Wheel. Up front. iSCAR's in. Green.
Green flag, green flag.
Look at the jump that 041 gets over that 30 of Dominic Howe. Christopher Wheel leads him into 1. Here comes Webster. Haven't talked about him all day, but here comes Webster. Is he in P3? Bit of front end damage on that machine, but we'll see on how it'll function. Work right up off for 4. Kiloa Hankins is blinking out fairly hard, right in the background. Jones now sliding back into the top 5, one of the top 4 that was fastest this whole race. Remember, he won the truck race last time we were here. We'll see if he can put that 77 back up front. It honestly seems like with this new tire model, you can't entry the corner as deeper as you can into 1. Into 3, it's a different story. You could slide it all the way to the yellow and you'd still make it all the way around. It's interesting on how these people are trying to speculate and interpret how this tire model is affecting all this, affecting the car and such. Still powering away, though. Side-by-side action right behind. That singles out as Kiloa Hankins finally slides in behind the 09 of Eric Stamp. Malachi Drake trying to pick into the mix as well as they're in front of the Joe Burgee, who wants to throw the block all the way to the inside. Joe being very aggressive on these final laps of the race as Stamp overshoots it. Crossover move by Burgee. Back to the inside. We'll see who gets the run off of 2. It was a nice move by the 83 of Joe Burgee to scoot back to the inside. He's still rolling the bottom fairly nicely, but that outside line is starting to prevail, and here comes Kiloa Hankins to whip up a spot as well. glow is still blinking out. Looks like William Schmidt saying on chat, engine blew randomly. No warning. His day is done for. Oh my goodness, I thought they were going to make contact in a 1. Joe Burgess trying to shove it to the low side of number 90 of Malachi Drake. Can't make anything happen. But those people still keeping themselves in the top 10. 3 and 4. Still up front, your leader. Christopher Wheel is trying to pull up and away with Dominic Cow. 77 Keaton Jones can't really suck up.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag. And by the looks of it, it's Paul Granada in this one. Oh my goodness, did the teammates collide? No way! The Nova Racing team collides. Josh Patterson and Paul Granada both collide. These two are teammates. Holy crap. Now that... Patterson's just trying to roll the low side and just got tight under the 55. Washed up right into him. Wow. Now, that's gonna have to be something to stay in tune of. Pit road's open. Oh boy. Never in iSCAR we've seen two teammates collide. Here we go on to pit road. This is the money stop. You pit now, or you don't pit from this point forward, but here we go. I'm expecting 4 tires for everybody, unless if somebody wants to take 2. It's Carson Boydexter. As we see a car coming off a pit road with nobody in tow. Oh, looks like he just coming onto the first stall. I thought he took 2 tires. Eric Stamp took 2 tires, though. And he's going to come out up front. So Eric Stamp with the strategy of electing 2. And here he is, sitting up front. We'll see how that tire, how that right side will hold up. I mean, how the left side will hold up. Oh boy, so Eric Stamp with the strategy. Electing 2 tires. We'll see how this works with the new tire model. I mean, I honestly don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm just thinking of the scenarios, because by the looks of it, this car just seems tight. Into 1 especially. So, some left side, I mean some right side rubber. Oh, Utters is heater? I did not know that. Wow, my mind is blown. Eric Stamp is trying to be the pace car. Oh boy. So, how will this go? Alright. Again, Eric Stamp elects 2 right side tires. Christopher Wheel going to be on 4, and that means Dominic Howe is going to be in position to chase that 041 down, because he's going to be starting on the inside. We'll see who gets the better restart, the 30 or the 041. I don't think Stamp's going to survive on 2, but I don't know how these new tire models are either, so we'll see how Stamp manages the new tire model on 2 tires. And we'll see how it will play out. 2 tires versus 4 tires. Here we go, coming to the green flag. Pace car going to slide itself on a pit road. Eric Stamp, the 09 will lead it.
Green, green, green.
Now we're up and away, and boy, Dominic not get a good restart. Wheels there. Whoa! Stamp got a bit sideways in the 1. Trying to close the gap on the 041, but can't do it. Stamp's under pressure, and here comes Christopher Wheel to the high side. Trying to stick the car in. He does! Wow, Stamp's still staying with Wheel, but no. He loses momentum right off of 4. And Wheel back up front. But those 2 tires, I mean, it was a good call. But I think it's just too late in the race to make much of it. We'll see once those tires even out on how that 030 and the 09 will function. Battle for the top 5 is heating up. Jackson Menchu wants to get into the mix of it. Keaton Jones as well to the bottom side, I mean to the top side of Menchu. Friends of Kermit Racing showing their stride as of right now. Oh, that's the 72 kilo Hankins blinking in and out. But oh boy. Jones just about ran into the backside of Webster. They're still racing as close as ever as they work right off of 4. Jones go with the second lane. I think that bottom's not working. There's not enough rubber or not enough heat to really work that bottom by the looks of it. I'm surprised, but here comes Webster. He wants to roll the yellow line now, but look at that picture. Here comes Howe. Howe is coming. No pun intended. How will he pass the L41 of Christopher Wheel? Work right up a 4, and oh, Jones goes sideways all the way to the apron. He looks like he got loose, and I don't think he's going to be happy with Webster and how that turned out. Menchu has a run, but the battle for the lead's heating up. We'll see how Dominic Howe works himself around the 041 of Christopher Wheel. Wheel has led the most laps all day. Can he lead the final one as Dominic works himself to the low side? Wheel really washed up the racetrack. Dominic hooked the bottom. I think that bottom's coming in now. Slide job. Yo! Near contact as they work right off a 4. Close racing. It's Christopher Wheel back up front. All sorts of grooves being plucked along the racetrack. Dominic gonna roll the bottom this time. He got a great run through 1 and 2. Wheel gonna elect the middle. Takes away Dominic's line. And Dominic taps the outside wall. That'll lose him a slight bit of momentum. But he's still staying in the gas hard. Look at the side-by-side racing right behind Carson Poindexter. Malachi Drake with a slide job right off the corner. Eli Schomer in the mix as well of this one. Christopher Wheel. Again, he hasn't been to iSCAR Victory Lane ever since the Roval, and by the looks of it, we do have a caution. And we'll we're gonna see what happened as yet again. No, not a lot of smoke being shown around. Look around what happened. Ooh, looks like Poindexter got turned. Poindexter got turned as they were looking 3 wide up. Looks like Brannigan. That just seemed to be like some kind of racing deal. Watch Brannigan take it to the low side of Poindexter, but Burgee was there. And I don't know if Burgee bumped Brannigan, but that turned Poindexter around, and for some reason, iRacing wants to call a caution for that, even though there was no cars spinning. Well, I mean, a nice save by Poindexter, though, to keep it straight. But we'll look at it again. Brannigan was, I think, trying to find a hole to the bottom. Burgee was there. And we're seeing some drivers elect in and out on pit road, and oh boy, a bit of strategy being pulled. So everybody from 14th on back elects onto pit road. Now, I think this is our 7th caution of the night. So about 1/3 of the race has been ran under yellow, just like Atlanta last week. Alright. Still caution lights are on, so we'll get a 6 to go restart by the looks of it. Christopher Wheel is aiming for his first ever iSCAR official win. Dominic Howe has been to victory lane multiple times. I think Howe sits Dominic sits 24th with most ever iSCAR wins. He only has 2 under his belt. I thought he had more, but I guess not. Alright, doubling up for the restart. Alright. Pace car slides itself onto pit road. Might have been the final restart, but we'll see. Green, 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 and a great restart by Christopher Wheel. And he pulls himself away by 2/10 as they're scrambling around 3x3 coming into turns number 1. Might have a bit of contact as Brannigan washes up the racetrack. Oh boy, this is looking all sorts of hectic as they work down the back straightaway. They're fanning out just 3, maybe even 4 wide as they work into... Oh goodness, I cannot believe nobody wrecked it, but Kaloy Henkin trying to make something happen. Oh, Webster's in the wall! Webster's in the wall. He's nearly going to come down on Malachi Drake as... Oh, Burgee slides into Webster. Around they go. And Burgee piles back into the field. Oh, and multiple cars involved. 0-2, Patterson. Burgee. Webster is obviously in it. Brian again, Seth Hood yet again involved in another wreck. And, oh, you see the motor blowing. I think that's Aaron Mulrooney's machine. And, oh, that was messy. And we're under caution yet again as a big wreck off of turn number, I don't even know what, turn number 2? 1. Brings us down, and, I don't know, Webster just hit the wall. Yeah, tagged the wall right up off of 4. Everybody was just trying their best to avoid. Looks like Burgee, I'd say Webster came down, Burgee went up. And here comes the rest of the field just piling in, nowhere to go for these guys. Oh yeah, Webster came down, Burgee went up. Burgee slid back down, and all these drivers right behind. Mulrooney gets involved in it yet again, and his engine actually blows because of it. Paul Granada, Josh Patterson, my goodness, a massive, massive wreck to bring us down to another caution. And I'd say that'd be the big one, and I don't know who that's going to be blamed on. That was probably the last thing Wheel wanted to see, but he obviously is the leader for this restart. So, green, white, checkered. Have 3 attempts, obviously. So your points leader is in a bit of doo-doo, but he will gain some points off of the race, obviously, but not as much as he'd like to. People like Dominic Howe is probably most likely to take the points lead. He's sitting in 2nd place. If he grabs the win, that's an extra 3 bonus points for him, and will put himself in position to climb over Webster, but he's 17 points behind the leader of Webster. I think Webster is still going to retain the lead, but it's going to be fairly close on how if Dominic can or can't retain the points, grab over the points lead. I don't think he can't, but he'll cut it close, and that means coming to next week, which you guys could tune us in the same time slot. We're coming in at Richmond Raceway, so Richmond Raceway, well, after that, next week is the Christmas off week, so Richmond Raceway is going to be very interesting on how that'll go, because, I mean, similar track conditions here tonight. I'm pretty sure we're going to be under afternoon rather than night conditions, but we'll find out on if Dominic could either pick up the win All right, green, white, checkered. Here we go. So it's Wheel going to be leading the field to the restart. He got a nice jump over the 30 of Dominic Howe. And we'll see how it'll turn out for him as the pace car going to slide itself on a pit road for hopefully one last time for this green flag. Pace car is in. Wheel into that. Wheel goes on the gas.
Green, green,
and he's
green.
gone. Dominic entered lower than what Wheel did, and he ate up the gap in 1 and 2. Dominic is there. But Wheel got a nice exit off of 2. And as they work right up off of 4, this time by, they will see the white flag. Eric Stamps all over the place, all over Keaton Jones. White flag this time by. Christopher Wheel aiming for his first ever iSCAR official series win. As they're working to 1 and 2, Dominic Howe has to try something. He's 2/10 back. Maybe try the bumper. Here he comes. Can't do it. Missed the bumper of him. He tried, but couldn't make it happen. Off of turn number 4, Christopher Wheel is going to pick up his first iSCAR Series win. And a big wreck right behind as they're wrecking in the background as he crossed the wire, but it didn't matter as Keaton Jones going to ride up on the wall. Congratulations to Christopher Wheel. Going to pick up his first ever iSCAR Bronze Series win. Oh boy, man. That's win number 1 in the books for Kermit Racing. And I think that's the first ever time Proximity and Kermit have went 1 and 2, and Wheel is picking it up. And he's showing this team how strong it is, and you see the teammates of Carson Poindexter and Jackson Minshew doing some burnouts to celebrate along. Results going to be shown in front of your screen. Christopher Wheel going to come out up top. Dominic Howe came up short, tried to put the bumper to him, couldn't do it. Keaton Jones coming in third. Eric Stamp survives with 2 tires. Eli Schomer comes in 5th. Poindexter, Minshew, Mitch Hobbs, Josh Patterson, Cody Webster rounds out in the top 10. Kiloa Hankins, Paul Granada, Glenn Bundren, Mark Brannigan, Joe Burgee, Seth Hood, Malachi Drake, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., William Schmidt, Eric Keeter round out 20th. Rest of the order going to be shown on your screen. Liam Sheen, Theron Regis. TJ Crampton did not start tonight's race. Congratulations to the 041 to Christopher Wheel. We're going to slide ourselves to the side as go ahead and interview the top 3 of Christopher Wheel, Dominic Howe, and Keaton Jones. We're back here live as we're gonna return here for the Iowa 100 iSCAR Bronze Series, rounding out race number 4 out of 100. And up front, that number 041, Christopher Wheel, picks up his first ever iSCAR W. The last time he was in victory lane, he told me he wasn't going to return, but here he is suddenly. Hey man, congratulations on your first victory in the iSCAR Bronze Series, and you picked it up at Iowa, man, over Dominic Howe. How do you interpret that final restart, man?
The restart was scary. I knew if I could get the jump, I could probably hold him off, because I'd been getting decent jumps the last couple restarts, but that restart I didn't get as good a jump because I guess he kind of expected it a little more. But after turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4 come into the white, I was just thinking, hey, I'll protect the inside. If he gets to the outside, maybe I'll, push him up the track a little. But as we were going into 3 and 4 on the last lap, I saw him kind of send it a little, so I lifted off my brakes, and I think I blipped the throttle just a tiny bit so he wouldn't possibly get to me, and just barely held him off to finish.
Yeah, man, congratulations on your first iSCAR Series win here. Obviously, the last time you were in victory lane was at the iSCAR Charlotte Roval, and here you are in victory lane on, not the oval, but the Charlotte Roval. But here you are at Iowa, and you pick up your first. How was the car out there tonight?
The setup was actually pretty nice. It was a little tight on entry, but then really nice to drive on exit. Like, you had to drive it on exit. So it the setup played into my hands a little bit. It was the car that I like to drive versus something that's just loose all around or tight all around.
All right, man, 10-4. Before we let you go here for tonight, any sponsors you want to thank here for this one?
Yeah, I just want to thank Corey Long and Dewey Schramm for creating this team and giving me the opportunity to race. I want to, Corey's given me a list of sponsors to thank. He wants me to thank God for chairs, thank Oculus for VR, God bless the chairs, God bless the VR, God bless my PC. And just thanks to Carson and Menchu out there for being good teammates.
All right, man, 10-4.
Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to Trey Shuttlesworth Photography, of course, on the hood.
All right, man, 10-4. We're going to let you go here for tonight. Congratulations on your first iSCAR W. Actually, an official one instead of a shootout, but here you are in victory lane, and congratulations.
Thanks. Hopefully I'll get another one sometime.
10-4, and that was Christopher Wheel in the 041. We're going to slide ourselves back to the number 30 of Dominic Cow. Unfortunately, came up short. You were trying to work yourself around the 041, but you couldn't do it in time. Dominic, coming up short here for tonight. How was the car out there?
Love the car, love the track. Just not used to the tires, and made too many mistakes. Just got flat out beat.
All right, 10-4. Speaking of the tires, obviously here we're running with the new tire model, the V7 tires. I'm pretty sure both of us don't have a lot of laps logged on this kind of tire, but what'd you learn off of there tonight?
You can push way harder on the long run than you used to, and there's no tire conservation in the short run means a lot on the long run, but you can push super hard on the long run if you do okay on those first few laps. And sadly, we didn't get that long of a run for that to come in, but the longer runs we have, the better the racing is going to be. And I need to get down how to exit the box on new tires, because I kept getting beat there this race.
All right, man, 10-4, and we're going to let you go here for tonight. Apologies about a small interview, but any sponsor you want to thank here for tonight?
Yeah, just, Proximity Racing Team, it's cool that they let me on, and, Rexford Engineering and, Shellsworth Images and All Serve Garage door stuff, they're pretty cool.
All right, man, 10-4. Dominic Howell going to round himself out in second place. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race.
Yep, thank you.
We'll slide ourselves back to one more position of Keaton Jones in the number 77, who was up front during the mid portion of the race until he got tagged the wall right up on 4. Did the damage play any effect to your car? during the rest of the race after you got that right side damage?
I think a little bit. But after we got it fixed, we seemed to be coming up through the field pretty nicely there, and with the help of some cautions. And I think once we got up there, we were top 3 speeds. Just we didn't have track position, and we just weren't there at the right place, right time. So, all in all, it was a good race. I felt like I kind of threw that one away on my own. I was just too impatient in the beginning, and we just caught the wall there, and I had to go to the back and fix it. But no, really nice, clean race. I had fun. It was hard, but it just seemed like once you got so far into run, you just kind of didn't lose or gain anything. You just kind of stalled out, and you're just kind of running like a train with people. It was sort of hard to pass. I mean, it was tight, but it was also loose. So you could pass. I just kind of sucked on that end. So overall, I'd say it was an okay performance. You know, P3 is a nice recovery given the circumstances.
All right, 10-4, and speaking of circumstances, obviously here on the new tire model here for tonight, anything you learned off of the new tire model to maybe implement coming into the next races?
I'd say just, you know, maybe if we have more chances, maybe stay out, because I felt like if I stayed out, tires would have still been good, but I think my issue is we just need to not push as hard. I think that first run, the reason we hit the wall there was I was just pushing so hard, and I was braking. I was charging the corners and braking really hard, so we really hurt the tires. So I think the key is just to be a little easier on them, and I think they'll pay off later in the race.
All right, man. 10-4, Keaton Jones running himself out in 3rd place. But before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight?
Performance Motorsports, and you for broadcasting.
All right, man. 10-4, Keaton Jones rounds himself up here in 3rd place. Nice recovery from after he hit the wall. So go ahead and see you coming next week, man. There's Keaton Jones in number 77, and that will be all here for tonight. Congratulations to your winner of the number 041 of Christopher Wheel. Until next time, coming here live at Iowa, we'll see you at Richmond Raceway in Virginia. And we'll be going green, I think, for 80 laps there. Congratulations to the 041, as I said. Can't wait to talk to y'all coming next race.